Hello again, YouTube. Short video. We got more videos to come, though. This is the Truth Man. The channel is a no matrix, no simping, all subjects channel. I want to talk about being selfish. When it's right, when it's wrong. There's a way to go about this. Because part of the Bible tells you to be selfish. The other part talks about people that are selfish. So we're going to get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the definition of selfish is. And then we're going to go for a ride and talk about it. Definition of selfish: lacking consideration for others. Concerned chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure. Now, let's go. Being selfish in some ways is okay. Let's talk about the ways that's okay first. When it comes to, we talked about time management. You'll see that video. Upload, make sure you watch it. Hit the like button, so on and so forth. What I'm noticing though is a lot of people are the wrong kind of selfish. Take YouTube content creators, for example. Some of them don't understand that if you help somebody else, people will help you. Now, the only person I've seen that worked for longevity-wise is Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels really didn't appear on a lot of people's videos. I saw him on Minister Jap. They did a real good video on 90s women. I saw him on a couple other people. But he really didn't spend too much time being on other people's videos. It worked for him. But we ain't Kevin Samuels. You know, whatever he was doing, he was in a niche where he didn't need to collab with other people. Where he didn't want to collab with other people. But some of y'all gonna phase out because you trying to deal with certain people. And you not, like, after a while, you're gonna taper off because you want to get this person, that person, this person people, that person people. The bigger your network is, the longer you're going to last. I mean, just ask Jeff Bezos how this worked. You know, he started out in a little, I remember when Amazon was just a bookstore. I used to buy books from him. Look at him now. What if he would have said, you know what, I'm going to stay to myself. I'm not going to network. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. He just kept expanding. Before you know it, Amazon is a household name. Now, most of the selfish people don't understand what Dion did. Let's get into it. Like I said, I wasn't going to talk about it no more, but people just keep talking about it. So I'm going to keep pushing my viewpoint out there. Jackson State gave him everything he wanted or had plans to do so. They had plans to give him a raise. They had a plan to build an $80 million facility, which got approved. The stadium got approved. Jackson was behind him. He literally could have made a difference. I'm seeing people come on YouTube and they act like I don't know how they get down, like I haven't watched their videos or something. Of course you gonna agree with them because you have a bias that's not for blacks. I don't have a bias for blacks either, but fair is fair, and I don't think it's fair for us to just automatically be in the bottom of everything. Like I said before, in the 70s, before integration, all that was going strong, they were getting players like Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, early 80s too. Jackie Slater, all those good players, the Hall of Famers from SWAC schools. Somehow, some way, the SWAC was blacklisted by somebody because even through the years after the fact, they continued to produce Hall of Famers. Aeneas Williams, Donald Driver, Steve McNair would have been a Hall of Famer if he would have still been alive. So on and so forth. So when you say, oh man, he was only making $300,000, that's not a talking point, because he knew how much they was gonna pay him. He said it wasn't about the money. God sent him here. Okay. This is why I don't listen to people like that when it comes to God, because most people don't have a clue, and they'll try to minimize you. They'll try to take away a title that the Most High gave you. That's how these people is. That's why you don't get into them. Remember, going back to what I talked about earlier, get your time management right in regards to these people. I'm telling you, because most people are selfish. The Bible says in the last days, men shall be lovers of themselves. You're supposed to love yourself. What he was talking about is the level and the methods that they go about it. Like, why should I help somebody that don't help nobody else? That's how I look at it. Man, I was super chatting. I was going. Now I be like, if I want to, I do. If I don't, I don't. Like, I don't feel obligated to do so, because a lot of people, it's about them. You're not better than me. I'm not better than you. But a lot of people get into this cockiness where they'll think they're better than you, or they'll think that it's all about them. But then they get in debates, and your debate should not turn into, your disagreements should not turn into resentment. I don't resent anybody that disagree with me, even if they insult me, because some of them, you know, you got the ones that just show their icon, and they'll insult you, but they don't know how to be disagreeable. They don't know how to prove their talking point. Listen, man, what Deion did was wrong, man. You don't got to lie to kick it. Only a scammer himself, like, people, let's just be honest. I just did a short on this. Some people sell a soul for money. I won't. I can make my money and make the best of it. I don't need attention from other people. I want nice cars and stuff like that. I want nice clothes and stuff like that. But I'm not going to join nobody that's not with God to get it. And I'm not going to sell my soul for it. It's not worth it. And I know this. So they can keep scamming me, keep excluding me. Oh, let's exclude him. He ain't going to do this. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm still going to get rewarded for my work. But people, a lot of time when people got a scam mentality, they don't see nothing wrong with what Deion scammed Jackson State, man. He did. He could have went in there and he could have been like, yeah, well, you know, I'm going to rebuild this program. And the guy sent me, he could have been like, yeah, God sent me here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. He could have just been honest. And I guarantee you most of the people that's criticizing him leaving like that would have a different viewpoint, including me, if he would have just been honest. Deion Sanders did that in part because that's a black school. A lot of black people, that's why I say, anybody that is elite, anybody that think they're elite, they not fit to lead. Whatever their talent is, if it benefits you, if it entertains you, go ahead, listen to them. But don't expect them to lead, because they ain't gonna understand how leadership works. You're not gonna be a good leader if you're dishonest. People criticize politicians for being dishonest, but they don't criticize athletes for being dishonest. They don't criticize the people they like dishonest. They only criticize the people that they don't like anyway for being dishonest. And the fact of the matter is, man, Deion knows himself. He scammed Jackson State. Nobody was checking for him. He was a high school coach. He ain't even, and then, get this, he ain't got paid from Colorado yet. That AD admitted, we don't have the money right now. You know, so that's almost like slavery. He had to prove himself for free. And people actually got the audacity to get on here and take up for him. Oh, he used his own money. Who told him to do that? Anybody make him do that? Did anybody make him do that? He did it because, I don't know why he did it. It could be because he wanted to. It could be because he knew it would make him look good enough to move past. And people trying to say I'm hating on Deion. No, I'm not. Watch my videos. Watch the videos where I was taking up for Deion. I see both sides. I did a video on how them Alabama State players was doing them. I did a video on how Eddie Robinson did them. You must not be watching my videos for you to say that I'm hating on them. I am a prophet. Regardless of what you think, you nugget head dude. You think you could take that away from me? Because of your arrogance, your cockiness, you looking at, maybe you don't like my coat, maybe you don't like my beard. You can't take that from me. You can't. And some of y'all dudes is sweet like sugar canes too. I know it. I know when I'm seeing a sweet person. You judge a man's beauty just like you judge a woman's beauty. So, if you call this dude ugly, then what do you really think inside about a dude that's not ugly to you? I hope you ain't J.O.ing the men. People are selfish, man. The right kind of selfish is what we talked about earlier with the time management. When you put in your household in front of these other people, when you don't, a lot of time when you judge a panhandler and you discern that they on drugs or they just want to get a bottle with your hard-earned money and you don't give it to them, that's the right kind of selfish. When your relatives, you tell them, this, you need to do this, they won't do it, but then they want to ask you for money and you don't give it to them, that's the right kind of selfish. When you make sacrifices that's going to better you in the future, whatever they are, other than selling your soul and all that, you know, making pyramid with your hand, all that, we ain't talking about that. We talking about you go get a CDL, stuff like that. You go get an MBA. You got a cooperative spouse and you can go to school, get an MBA. Now y'all got even more money to leave y'all kids. That's the right kind of selfish. When you don't hang with them dudes that just want to be on the street, criminals, that's the right kind of selfish. When you know how the game go, you've been watching red pill content, so you ain't trying to get married, you ain't trying to have kids, because you know these women put on their interview face and they'll act like they're gonna cooperate, then down the line they start scaling back everything. The house is a mess. They don't do no aerobics. You can't get none. They fighting against you more. That's the right kind of selfish. Some people need to get divorces. For some people, divorce is the right kind of selfish. You preserving yourself. Some people, you stay with them, you're going to end up sick or in jail. Because you're going to be able to grab them by the throat or something. They just too much. They do too much. That's the right kind of selfish sometimes. Going to school when all your friends, if you're a young person, are doing drugs and in stolen cars. That's the right kind of selfish. That's the right kind of selfish. Sometimes selfishness is right. Putting God in front of everybody. That's the right kind of selfish. That's the right kind of self. Now let's talk about, I could have gone on for the right kind of self. Let's talk about the wrong kind of selfish. Lying to kick it. That's the wrong kind of selfish. No matter how you look at it. Whether it's relationships, whether it's you trying to set yourself up for a promotion. You gotta lie. That's the wrong kind of selfish. Doing drugs, drug addiction, that's the wrong kind of selfish. You ain't no good and you keeping your kids from their father or from their mother, that's the wrong kind of selfish. Selling drugs is the wrong kind of selfish. You fall into that category where you would go against God for money. Y'all do realize that I know the Bible, I know the Christian message. I can preach prosperity. And then I turn around and preach the other stuff to get a wide range of people. I could do it. But when I start preaching in my church, I'm not going to be doing nothing for money. I don't care who leave. I don't care about that. Because I'm the right kind of selfish. When you will sell your soul for money, even though you can't, watch my videos previously on this. You think you can, but you can't. Now, the Most High accounted against you, though. That's the wrong kind of selfish. Listen, man. People in hell right now cussing out evil spirits. Crying, screaming, lonely, hungry. Wish they could have some sex. Because they was the wrong kind of selfish. Some of y'all is too into yourself. Be into yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself the best. But some of y'all go too far with this. You get to lying on God like Deion Sanders. Well, you know what? Maybe it wasn't a lie. Maybe he just went his own way. Or maybe he gonna do it with the white folks. Nothing against white people. But when let me ask y'all something. When we lose, do they always come to the rescue? When we lose in life, do white people always come to the rescue? No, they don't. But they always, some of them, want black people to come to the rescue, though. Wrong kind of selfish. Deep down inside, I believe that those schools that offer him that job, it wasn't just because he's good at what he does. It's because they didn't want to see him do it at Jackson State. Wrong kind of selfish. Think about this. Think about it. Think about what I'm saying. And y'all who can't see the whole picture with what he did, you the wrong kind of selfish too. Selfishness will blind you, man. You won't even be able to see things for how they are. You'll be blaming other people and misjudging other people because you're the wrong kind of self. That's why you have the Great Reset. Too many people working jobs just like this. Can't even disagree with them. Now it's not about the job. Now you got a coworker that you always getting into it with over something petty from the past. Wrong kind of selfish. But this is how people are though. This is why I'm not saying I'm a lone ranger, because I got more intelligence than that. I know how to judge people. But this is why I'm very comfortable being by myself, because I know how people is. Most people selfish. They want you to help them more than they gonna help you. It's not an even playing field. It's not a circle. That's why these people be making pyramids with their hands. It's not about a circle. It's about this point, here, he right here, he right here, he right here. Chum, chum, chum. They little two people. Pyramid. That's why you can't get nothing done. And that's why do not look to these people that I'm talking about for leadership. They will fool you into thinking they leaders, but they not. Real leaders understand both sides of what Deion Sanders did. I understand that if it works, he's going to generate a whole lot of money. He's going to be like a black Nick Saban. Money, endorsements, everything, if it works. Business standpoint, it could be pure genius. But from an ethical standpoint, it's not really kosher what he did. And sometimes being unethical will lead to unsuccess, not being successful. See, where he messed up is he put God in it. So if he goes 0-11 or he's not successful, it would be perfectly understood by me because he put God in it. He act like he was going to go down there and build up Jackson. And he did. Deion Sanders would have been more powerful staying in Jackson. I guarantee you eventually the NCAA would have changed all the rules. They would have made it where the black colleges, FCS, or whatever it is, I kind of mix them up, can go to actual bowl games in the regular Division 1A. Or possibly down the line, contend for a championship. He was going to keep getting players, y'all. Now, PWI. Another ninja, another black person who, now I get the neighborhood thing. What he was saying about that, I agree with him 100%. When he said sometimes you just got to change your address. That could have played into it. But if that played into it, he should have said that. And then I would have been like, you know what? I get it. You want to live in the safest place possible. I get it. But that ain't what he said. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying on selfishness. Again, the definition, lacking consideration for others. Concerned chiefly with one's own personal profit and pleasure. Some selfishness is good. But if you selfish to the point where everything is always about you, that's the wrong kind of selfish. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping All Subjects channel. Thanks for watching.